Hi girls. Okay, we've not caught up in a minute, especially on YouTube. So I figured today I was baking some muffins and I was like, I may as well bake while I do a Q&A and see what's up with you guys. So I asked on my Instagram yesterday for some questions and you guys definitely delivered. So exactly what we're gonna do. Putting my phone on D&D, so otherwise I will get very distracted. Like I'm already distracted, okay? So I'm making protein pancakes and honestly, we have this pancake mix and, oh, did I say pancakes? I meant muffins, but I do have this pancake mix and I'm gonna try to combine it with protein powder and just make it even more like protein-esque, but I got the recipe from ChatGPT. So we will see how good it is, but it's kind of hard to mess up because I'm already kind of using a mix. So I'm just hoping for the best here. Okay, let's get started. There's so much going on because I have to answer a question and measure. Just a girl, how am I supposed to doodle? And I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, but I don't know if you'll be able to. And I'll also leave the recipe down below if it works out well. I hope it does. 1.5 cups of pancake mix. I don't know where our 1 cup thing went, so I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup and just do, I guess that would be 6 of them. Okay, let's get to questions. Okay, this is probably the biggest question that I get, which is, are you still going to be doing the podcast, which is Manifest with Tori DeSimone? So if you guys regularly listen, then you know I haven't uploaded the past 4 weeks in a row. Okay, so here's where I'm at with the podcast. I started it in 2019, and I really started it with the intention of talking about entrepreneurship and backside of opening Stride and stuff like that. And then it kind of just evolved into its own little thing, and then it became kind of wellnessy, and then whatever. It kind of became and stuck to being very wellnessy, which I really liked. But I'm at the point where I've kind of run out of things to say. And I've posted about this on TikTok a little bit, but I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at. And then you guys are always literally the sweetest ever, and you're always you can post anything and I'll listen, and that really means a lot to me. It relieves a lot of stress that I have because I feel like I'm just putting out crapola episodes and I don't want to be doing that. So it does make me feel good that you guys say that, and you say oh, what about guests, or what about this, what about that? And it's all true. Everything you guys say is very true, but I just feel like I don't have anything to talk about. So it's kind of just making it hard for me to do the podcast when I just feel like I run out of things to say. With that being said, I have not decided to end the show or anything by any means. I'm honestly just figuring it out, which is probably the worst answer that you guys could hear because you want to know what's going on, but it's the honest one. I don't know what's going on, and it's only because I don't know what to say anymore on the podcast. I've had it for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years now, and I'm very proud of Manifest, and I'm not ready to let it go, but I just don't know how it's gonna look. But with that being said, a lot of you guys loved when I had the show Let Me Call My Mom, which is a podcast that I did with my mom, and it was, oh, oven's ready. It was so much fun, and I love that one a lot, but it just fell on me to do everything, and that's fine, but I just didn't have the time to do it at the time. So now my mom and I have created a team, and we have people that I can outsource things to now, which is immensely helpful. And now we are in a place where we can bring back the show. So we're going through a little rebranding of the Let Me Call My Mom show, which is a podcast with me and my mom. And you guys love that show a lot. So we're really excited for that to come back. That's gonna come back in early November. So be on the lookout for that. We're in the middle of a rebrand now, which I've talked about on this channel a few times. But make a long story short, I don't know exactly what's going on with Manifest. I'm figuring it out. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Manifest. I just kind of need to see where it works and what direction it's gonna take, because you can only have a solo show for so long. I genuinely have run out of things to say. Every week I was now what should I talk about? And now what should I talk about? And I just started to feel like you guys were kind of sensing that too, and it was getting repetitive, and I just wanted to put out good shows. So that's what's up. I am subbing maple syrup for sugar in this recipe. Okay, are you still alcohol free? Question of the year. So here's the thing with me and alcohol. We don't really get along all that well. So every time I have drank, I just notice most of the time I'm fine in terms of like symptoms like headaches, anxiety, stuff like that. Like most of the time I'm fine. What I do notice is like my gut absolutely hates whenever I drink alcohol. It just gets so inflamed. Ooh, a shell definitely just went in there and I lost it. I definitely have bad sleep quality and darn, I really don't, oh wait, I think, I can't believe what just sounded. That was crazy. So I definitely get like, my gut gets inflamed, my face is always inflamed and like swollen and stuff, and I get bad sleep, which is just like to be expected when it comes to, I don't know, drinking alcohol. That's like normal symptoms. I don't get like terrible hangovers and stuff like that, but here's what does happen. Every now and then when I drink, there seems to be some sort of pattern, but also not at the same time. Sometimes when I drink, I get really, really awful anxiety to the point where I'm like, I'm not having a good time. And to the point where it's like, well, I don't want to do this ever if this is like what it's going to be like. It's just not fun. And that's where I'm at right now of, if this is how it's going to be, it's just not worth it for me to drink because it's simply horrible. I'm not enjoying it. So as of right now, no, I'm not drinking. I don't think I've drank since like July 10th or something, like very specific, because I was like, this is not fun. I had a really bad anxiety attack that night. And it was just really not fun. So almost 2 months at this point. And that's not to say I'll never drink again, but like it really just depends how I'm feeling and if I feel like having the anxiety. Here's what I will say. Every time I don't drink and I get like a month out, my anxiety does eventually go way, way, way down. So like the first 4 weeks after alcohol and like getting it all out of my system is a little rough because I definitely notice that like my anxiety is even more heightened. But then once I hit that month out mark, like I do just feel baseline so much better all the time. So like I'm just not as anxious of a person and that really helps. And I also see it a lot in my face. Like my face when I drink, and when I tell you guys like I drank, like I only drank 1 drink total throughout the whole night, maybe 2. That's like if I'm actually going crazy, I have 2 drinks. Like I really don't drink a lot when I drink. My face when I don't drink at all versus when I even just have 1 drink, there's such a difference. Like my face is so much more slim. I find that, I don't know, everything's just better when I don't drink. So as of right now, I'm not drinking. But that's never to say I won't do it again, but like right now, I'm not. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients, and I'm just gonna start combining the wet into the dry. Okay, so you guys are asking a lot about house hunting, so I'll kind of just combine it. How is house hunting going? Did you get the house? Are you able to afford it? How are you able to afford a house at such a young age? Do you have any financial tips? Da, da, da. Okay, so let's talk about the house hunting of it all. So the last house we were talking about, no, we did not end up putting an offer in, just for a few reasons. It was a townhouse, which I love a townhouse, but a big reason that we want to move is so that we can get our dog Rookie like a yard. And a townhouse would kind of just be like an inconvenience to how she's used to living now, because right now we just have like a rooftop and we can let her out on the rooftop. But if we were in a townhouse, like we would have to like put her on a leash to take her outside. I don't know. It's easier now, honestly, even though I guess technically this is also a townhouse, but like we have a roof. I don't know. It just makes it easier. We wouldn't have that there. So we did end up putting an offer in on that house. We're actually touring like 3 or 4, I think 3 houses tomorrow that are all single family. So we'll see how that goes. But we're also just kind of looking like all over. Like there's no specific area that we're like dying to go to. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, there would be an area and like a house that we could go to, but we're not there yet. Also, how am I able to afford it? I'm not doing it alone. That is like seriously such a big part of it. I'm not doing it alone. My boyfriend and I are doing it together, and that is like the biggest help in the world, because when I was single or just like looking for houses, it was always going to be on my own, and it feels like hopeless to like look for a house on your own, know what you have to put down for that house, and then still feel like, oh, I'm still gonna be house poor when I get this house. So honestly, having someone to buy with is such a game changer, and actually like kind of makes it possible, which really helps. But I will keep you guys posted on how the house hunting goes. It really is fun to do all the house hunting, but I feel like that's gonna make a turn when we do find a house that we like. We have to fork over a lot of money to pay for it. That's not going to be a fun day. And then obviously all the responsibilities of home ownership. I don't miss that. Like I don't miss the property taxes. I don't miss having to do the maintenance on the house. Like I don't miss that. Granted, I did own and live in a condo when I was a homeowner, so that was pretty low maintenance and pretty simple for the most part because condos are pretty simple. But like a single family home with a yard, it's a lot, but the yard's not a pink job. That's a blue job. It's a blue job. So Zach will be handling all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited. And I know you guys love moving content. I don't love to move, even though it seems to be all that I do. I don't like to move. So I'm very excited to find a house and just be in a house. I can't wait to like decorate a house and like really make the house our own and just feel like ours. Like when I moved into this house, this is Zach's house that he like owns. So when I moved in, he was like obviously just a single guy living here. So it was very bachelor pad and very much so just like guy energy. So I've been trying to like, you know, put a woman's touch on it and it's been nice. Nice, but I'm also hesitant to like completely redecorate and buy because we want to move. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm also getting a lot of questions like, how is your relationship going? How'd you meet Zach? All that sort of stuff. One of my friends owned a fitness studio and Zach's mom was going to that fitness studio. My friend reached out to me and she was like, I have a client who has a son and I think you and him would like really get along. You guys should like go out. And I was like, yeah, okay. I was 19 at the time. He was 23 or 24. I don't really remember. And we went on 2 dates. I just remember the first date went really well and we were like, let's go out again tomorrow. So then we went out again the next night and it also went really well. But then after that, we both just like, for whatever reason, just like stopped talking and we just like never went on dates again. And honestly, thank God, because that time of his life and the time of my life, we would have like just not worked for each other because I was just starting getting into stride and he was very much so like fresh out of college, just wanted to like party and stuff. So like we would not have been a compatible match whatsoever because I was super boring and he was like the opposite of boring. So we just would not have been a good match. Now I'm just dividing the batter, by the way, into two because one I'm going to do with chocolate chips and one I'm going to do with blueberries. So yeah, we just like stopped going out on dates. Also, let's try the batter. Wait, it's actually really good batter. And I say that to him all the time. I'm like, we would have hated each other. And I think we would have. So anyway, that was a while ago. And after those dates, I can't remember if I ever followed him on Instagram or like not, but for whatever reason I wasn't following him anymore. So I don't know, but I wasn't following him. Fast forward to last year, I was in Miami for the Eras tour and he liked one of my Instagram stories and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I have not seen him or thought of him or even heard of him since we went on these dates like 7 years ago. It was so long ago. And so I followed him back on Instagram and he looked single and I was like, maybe I should DM him. Like, I don't know. So I just like thought on it for a few days and I was like thinking about him for like 2 days. And then on my flight home from Miami, the whole flight home, I was just like, when I land, I'll DM him. So when I landed, I DM'd him. And because we went on 2 dates like in the past, I said, hey, like, when's our third date? And he responded and he was like, oh, like, he responded and he was like, hope you've been well. And then I just felt like such an asshole, like, oh, did I just like really jump the gun there or something? Like, I don't know. But he was like, yeah, I would love to, like, I'm on a bachelor trip, but when I get home, like I'll text you and we'll go out. And I was like, okay, great. So then he gets home, literally doesn't text me for like, I'm not kidding, like 2 weeks. I was like, okay, he must just like not be interested, like whatever, totally fine. Wasn't meant to be. Then he texted, I literally gave up hope. I was like, he's not gonna text me. And then he texted me. So he texted me and I was like, oh my God, I'm in love, like it's my husband, like for real. Loved him. A few days later, like maybe a week later, went on a date and I'm doing blueberries in this one. After that first date, it was just like when we dated in the past. Like after that first date, it went really well. So then the next night we went on another date and then that weekend we went on 2 more dates and pretty much after like the 4th date, which was 4 days into us like seeing each other again, we were like exclusive and that was it. Like the rest is history. We just like saw each other once and then just like never stopped dating and just like have been inseparable ever since. So that's how we met. And a lot of questions on the DMs are like, how do you meet guys? And honestly, I don't really know. But what I tell my friends is I feel like you just kind of have to shoot your shot and you just have to not be afraid of rejection because like, yes, rejection is never fun and it definitely hurts. But also like, this is guys we're talking about. They're not the smartest. So like, how is a guy supposed to know if you're interested in them or not? And I also think guys really like the confidence of a woman like approaching them and just having like the balls to, I don't know, ask them out. I think it's attractive and I think that they like it, if I had to guess. I don't have any sort of like non-stick, like Pam or anything. So I'm just gonna use a stick of butter and put it at the base and just hope that that works. But we'll see. So yeah, I would say just put yourself in situations that like you can be seen by guys. like whether it's a gym, a bar, Instagram, mutual friends, like whatever, just like go somewhere to be seen and then kind of like feel out the vibes. Like if you feel like you and a guy are like making eye contact a lot, like go say hi. And also like I think there's an art of like being approachable as well. My best friend Katie Brennan is like so good with this. Like guys should see when she goes out, like guys literally flock to her. And it's because she's very approachable. Like she always has a smile on her face. She just has like this fun, warm presence around her. And I think that just shows. So when you go out, like try not to have like a sour out attitude or I don't know, just always be very like approachable and fun and like the life of the party. Like be someone that someone wants to meet and like wants to get to know. And also like, yeah, if you just keep like looking at someone, locking eyes, like what's the, like you go up and you say hi and then like what's the worst that happens? They say like that they're not interested, like that's okay. Like one time I texted this guy and I was like, hey, like do you want to go get drinks? Like I would love to, but I'm seeing someone, like blah blah. And like, yeah, hurt my ego. But like I get it. And like I didn't know he was seeing someone. How am I supposed to know? You know what I mean? So rejection happens to everyone and that's okay. You move on. So that's my advice when it comes to meeting guys. But good luck out there. Very happy to not be single. I love being in a relationship and I especially love being in this relationship. Zach is like the best. He's the best. Your hair is always gorgeous, but it's the next level these days. Any tips or products? Thank you. Today my hair is literally a frizzy mess because I brushed it right before this, so that's not good. Thank you so much though. That really means a lot. I honestly feel like in the summer, humidity works well with my natural hair because it just gives my hair the moisture that it wants to like have texture and wave in it. I won't say my hair is curly because my mom and sister have curly hair, and if I said that my hair was curly they would like kill me, but I do have like wave and body in my hair. Okay, so I feel like the humidity works in favor with my hair. Whenever I shower outside, like we have an outdoor shower at the beach, I always get the best hair days because I feel like I'm just showering with all this moisture and then I walk outside and it still just has all this moisture. So in the summer I always love to wash my hair and then try to be outside as much as possible while my hair is air drying, and I feel like that works really well. I always use a leave-in conditioner no matter what. Normally it's a 10. I also just use whatever's around. Sometimes I use a Redken one, sometimes I use Olaplex. I just never not have a leave-in. I always do a leave-in, and my favorite is normally the it's a 10 keratin leave-in treatment. So that's what I always do. And then I have started experimenting with like curl creams and gels and stuff like that. I actually feel like they just weigh my hair down and they kind of like prevent a wave. I find that when I just put leave-in conditioner and let my hair air dry is when it does its best. So that's kind of the approach that I take with my hair. But I will ask you girls that have wavy hair, how do you style it? Because the only way that I know how is in a clip. Like I just wear my hair like this all day, every day. And I think it's very pretty, but like I would love to do more. My hairdresser Vin said that braids are really cute in like wavy hair. So maybe I can start experimenting with some little micro braids. Guys, I think these muffins are going to slay. They're so cute and it tastes so good. And it's literally from ChatGPT. Okay, let's do another question. Are you still practicing / teaching yoga? Great question. No. I'm not teaching currently. Only reason I'm not teaching is because I just kind of took a break from teaching this past year in 2025 and it's been really, really nice. I've been teaching fitness classes, specifically spin, since 2017. So 8 years now, and I've been really loving it. But this year I really kind of just took a step back from teaching and it's been really nice. And that's also in the yoga space as well. I got YTT certified in the fall of 2023, which was awesome. I loved YTT and I started teaching yoga after that and I loved teaching yoga. But honestly, once I moved to the city, I didn't find a yoga studio here that I really loved, which is so shocking because it's like Philly. You would think that they would have great yoga studios, and I'm sure that they do, but I just didn't find any that I like was obsessed with. There is one that's like my favorite yoga studio ever is in Manayunk. It's called Hotbox. I love it so much, but Manayunk is just always inconvenient for me to get to. Like when I was living in the suburbs, it was inconvenient. When I live in the city, it's inconvenient. I feel like the only way it's convenient is if you live in Manayunk, and if you guys are like local, you know what I'm talking about. So I have not gone to Hotbox, but that's like my favorite studio ever. So I would love to get there more, but it's just hard to with travel. Like driving there and stuff. Like driving in the city's not fun. So I would love to practice again. And honestly, I need it so bad. I need to practice yoga so bad, because I just feel like my nervous system lately has been so just on edge. And I feel like once the season ends for Stride, when you guys are watching this on Labor Day is the last day, so it's like almost done, I really think I can like begin to practice again. And Stride does offer yoga, which we have phenomenal instructors. Here's the tea, like it's just hard to really get into yoga when I'm the owner of the studio taking a class at my studio. Like, because I'm not thinking about the practice. I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about our clients enjoying the class. I'm thinking about my instructor teaching. I'm thinking about I don't even know the list in my mind because I'm not in it right now. But like when I go to take classes at my own studio, I just always, it's just hard to get out of my head and hard to get out of boss mode. Yeah, that's that on that. But I do want to start practicing again. I miss it a lot. How did you know to leave your past relationship even with so many years put into it? I get asked this a lot, and I was talking to my friend about this the other day because she was kind of going through this too. She was in a relationship for a while and she was kind of feeling like she wanted to break up, but she was like, I just feel like it's such a waste of time to break up with someone when I put so much time in with them. And I get that. I really do. So here was my advice to her, and also what I was telling myself. If you are asking the question like, should I leave, blah, 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 and your justification is that you've been with them a long time, you already know the answer. And I feel like you know to leave the relationship. And that's a really tough pill to swallow, and it's not an easy one to swallow. When I was going through YTT in the fall of 2023, that was hard because I knew for so long that like I was in a relationship that I just had to leave. And I feel like I didn't for so long because there wasn't anything like wrong. Like there wasn't anything to pinpoint of like, oh, this is really wrong, this is really wrong, this is really wrong. I feel like it was like death by a thousand cuts. Do you guys know what I mean? Where it was just like all these little things that then just added up to like this conclusion of like, okay, this is not serving either of us anymore. And it was just the best decision for both of us. And we went our separate ways, and like life has been great for the both of us ever since. And yeah, it was definitely hard, but it was also what had to happen. And I feel like if you are at this point where you're questioning it and you're like, you're justifying staying because you've been in it for so long, you don't want to feel like you've wasted time or whatever the reason is, you already know what to do, and you just have to be strong enough to do it. And it's really hard, and I give you a lot of credit for even asking the question because that's brave to do. I would never talk to my friends about it ever, but I did know when it was going to be over because I remember like I was at Stride one day and this one client who I didn't see in a while, she was like, how are things with your boyfriend? And I was like, good. And I was like, I don't know how much longer he'll be around, but good. And like that's just like, I knew, like I just knew, and I was kind of just like preparing everyone for it, I feel like. And then like a month later we broke up. So when you know, you're gonna know from your gut, and I just want you to follow your gut. And it's gonna be hard and it's not gonna be fun, and no one enjoys a breakup, but I would rather you get out now and live your life than continue to stay in it. It's either a decision of being wildly uncomfortable now temporarily, or being uncomfortable and unhappy for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Because that's the way I look at it. Like it's either you guys are gonna break up or you're gonna get married. Like that's how relationships end, or the paths they go down. And breakups are a part of life, and I feel like the best version of us always comes after a breakup. So just enjoy the breakup that's about to happen and the glow up that's about to happen, and you can reinvent yourself through a breakup. But I'm thinking of you and giving you a lot of props and grace because it's not fun to go through a breakup. But also, if you're asking, you know it's time. What's the living situation in Sea Isle? I do get a lot of questions about this. So my family has a house in Sea Isle, and so my family's home, and they're now, okay, kind of a loaded question. I'm only gonna talk about this year because years past have been a little bit different. We open our home to a few girls living with us that have been with us for a while and feel like family to us. So like my best friend Katie, whenever she is working at Stride, because she's currently working at Stride right now, she will like live with us at our shore house, which is so fun. I love when Katie's there. We have this employee, Ashley, who's like a little sister to me. She lives at the shore house with us. So anyone that feels like family, we open our home to, and they can stay with us if they don't have like a their own housing or like their own shore house. Then whenever I have friends come down, they always stay with us just because it's like the fun of a shore house is to have people down, and like that's really like the whole fun of it. So we love having people down. My parents love when my friends are down. They just love it. Like it makes them feel young again, and my friends love my parents. It's just really, really fun. And also like when Zach and Rookie come down, obviously they stay at my shore house too. So I know whenever I say like, oh, I have some employees that live with me, everyone's like, what? But you have to know like these employees are like friends and family of ours that we hire at Stride. Like Katie has been my best friend since I was like 3. And Ashley has been working for Stride for a while, and she literally feels like my little sister. So like we don't open our home to everyone. We only open our home to very close friends and family, like people that also happen to work for Stride and don't have housing. That's the only way. It's like if you don't have housing, it's not like if you do, you can live with me. Like that's not how that works. What work have you had done? Filler, Botox, anything? Okay, so I got Botox one time, and I got it. I didn't tell my mom this, so mom, if you're watching, I got Botox, but you probably noticed. I got Botox this time last year, and I did enjoy. Like I liked the results that I got, but there were just times where I just felt like my face wasn't mine anymore, and it felt like really bizarre. Like I would go to like lift my eyebrows and like they just wouldn't really move, and that's just like such a bizarre feeling where like I would smile and I would just feel like my smile like wasn't mine. I don't know how to like really explain it. It was just kind of a bizarre feeling, but I thought my injector did an amazing job. I just didn't think I liked how I felt with Botox. Like I thought it looked good, but I just felt like I didn't like how I felt with it. So I'll probably do it again in the future, just I don't know when. So I had Botox once, it wore off, and now I'm like back to like full facial expressions. It lasted for like 2 months, I would say, and then it like fully just wore off. And then I never had filler, but I'm definitely not opposed to filler or Botox. I actually want to do a halo treatment on my skin. I just feel like that would be like amazing. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in. For how long? I'm gonna start with like 10 minutes just because these are little ones. I will do one more question while we wait, and then I'm gonna clean up. Okay, I answered this one on my Instagram, but I want to answer it here on YouTube too. If you could go back to pre-Stride days, what other career path would you have taken? I love this question. I definitely would have went down the hairdresser route, and I would have been a hairdresser. And I'm also excluding like if I never started like YouTube or anything like that, I would definitely be a hairdresser, and I would have went to cosmetology school in high school, and I would have done like our tech school and like done that and graduated with that like license. I just think I love hair, and I still feel like there is a world where I could like go to beauty school and like get my hair license and own a solo suite. I would love that. To me, that just sounds like so much fun, and I just love hair. It makes a lot of sense to me. I think it's cool. It's like very creative, like almost artistic, like you paint and stuff like that. Like I would love to do hair. The only reason I don't think I would like doing hair is because you just have to talk to so many people, and like I'll be honest, I've been filming for what, like 30 minutes, and I'm tired of talking. You know what I mean? Like this is exhausting. So I can't imagine talking all day every day to clients. I just feel like I would get really talked out and really drained. So that would be a lot for me. But other than that, I would love to do hair, and I do feel like there's a world where I could still do hair in this lifetime. Who knows? I would really love it a lot. I think it would be so much fun. So much fun. But okay, I'm gonna start doing some dishes, and I'll show you guys muffins when they come out. Okay, muffins are out, and I have my official taste tester. Is it hot? No. Okay. So I think they turned out so cute. Wait, well, you have to show them.
Well, I don't know how to do that. Why don't you do that?
I think they turned out so cutie. This half over here is chocolate chip, and this half over here is blueberry. I think I want to do a blueberry. I want this guy. They might stick. Okay, go ahead, grab it. You have to be in it.
I'm in it.
You're not really in it. Cheers. I hope you like it.
It's so good.
You think?
Apparently you don't.
It's not the best I've ever had.
It's one of the best protein muffins I've ever had. Not regular muffin.
Okay. I used the protein pancake mix and
it's very good.
Protein powder and Fairlife.
Alright.
I guess I'll link it below.
Yeah. They're gonna want it. Where are you going with that?
Okay, I take it back. They actually are pretty good. But they definitely taste like a protein muffin. I don't know. But they turned out pretty good nonetheless. And that's it. That's my video. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. If you try out the recipe, let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Bye.